Welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside sophomore Keegan Westafer as the Triton Trojans win tonight 48-37 to start off conference play. So, Keegan, I know you've been looking forward to this interview, buddy. I told you I threw you a curveball, so we'll start you off kind of easy and we'll throw that curveball in late.
Got it.
So what do you love about playing basketball, bud?
I started when I was little. My father really got me into it, really pushed me just to be the best I can, and I just fell in love with the game from there.
So when you're out there on the court, what kind of things, like I said, your IQ is just, for me, is off the charts, especially at a young age. What kind of things out there on the court do you really enjoy doing the most? Offense, defense, what things do you like to enjoy doing the most?
Shooting. I love shooting. Like when I'm in the gym, I can't just work on defense 1-on-0, so I can just shoot in the gym all day, so.
Yeah, and that shooting percentage is starting to go up, buddy.
Yep.
So being an underclassman, we just talked about you kind of shooting, and what kind of things is an underclassman trying to learn from the guys that have been playing a little bit longer, seen more varsity minutes, and the coaching staff? What kind of things are you trying to learn to improve your game?
I'm going to make mistakes and stuff, so coach and upperclassmen always preach, just go back, work hard, get it back. Just work hard.
So what would you tell little boys and girls wanting to play the game, like starting to find a way to get themselves kind of going?
Just try, like everyone else has said, just try, who knows, you'll fall in love with it maybe.
Exactly. So what do you enjoy most about being a Trojan, like being part of Triton? What do you enjoy most?
Just the community and everything, just like when something happens, just everyone comes together and stuff, and I love that about Bourbon. I love that about Triton and everything.
Very good. Favorite subjects in school and why?
Personal finance.
Personal finance. Okay, you're gonna have to elaborate on this one for me. My wife will like this one, but you're gonna have to elaborate on this one for me.
To be honest, I really like geometry. Shorty told me to say that, but
very good. So. I know you're only a sophomore, but kind of future plans, things you're kind of working, you're kind of thinking maybe after high school, kind of things you're kind of thinking of?
Right now, my mind is set on working with my father at Auto Park right after I get out of school.
So since you said your dad works at Auto Park, that feeds into the curveball, all right? So since your dad works at a dealership, if your dad were to bring you home any vehicle off the lot, it doesn't matter, whatever, what would you want him to bring you home?
A truck. He had this one lifted truck, and I fell in love with it right there. I love trucks.
Hey, that's a good man right there. Those trucks, man, they lift you up in the air, and they can do a lot of good things for you.
Yep.
Any specific kind of brand or anything like that?
F-150. Just maxed out.
I like the way that sounds.
Lifted.
Yeah, you got to be up in the air. You don't want those things down too low. Trust me, I went from a truck to a car for work, and it's brutal. It is brutal, man, let me tell you. So who should we have up next since you're now in this interview?
I'm going to go with Quentin Thornburg. He's a good leader.
All right.
He's really stepped up since Bo's gone. Q next.
There you go. So Q will be next. So once Jason gets finished up, we'll be right back here on the Triton Trojans Sports Network. Andy O'Hara alongside head coach Jason Grove. Not a bad way to start off conference play.
No, not at all. I talked to our kids before the game, and it's tough to get a conference road win, and so the coaches know each other so well. So this is our first conference game on the road. The kids, I thought, battled. I was proud of them. We had a lot of mistakes, did some, kind of some strange things down the stretch, but they did enough to win. And so I'm proud of their effort. I'm proud of them, just finding a way to win, basically.
Yeah, and they really did. Like, they had a hard time there in that second quarter, just a little bit. In that third quarter, they just kind of came out and just exploded. You have three guys, or you have Ash with 15 points tonight. Then you look at as far as Keegan and Lucas, and then Jared all just near 10 points. The spreading of the scoring, the guys really did that tonight.
Definitely. And one thing, I told them at halftime, I'm not going to run as many sets the second and third quarter just because, I felt like we weren't executing. We were kind of thinking a little bit too much, not playing basketball. And so, I told them, I'm going to let you guys be basketball players. And, with this group, sometimes I think that's a little bit better than, force feeding them to run certain sets and trying to get certain things because, they, for the most part, they made good decisions and took care of the ball and got good shots. We just got to learn the value of taking care of it and not turning it over. That's the big killer. I thought we were moving to the right spots. We were getting back cuts. We were moving the ball, and then, silly turnovers, just maybe not being strong, and stuff I think we'll learn from with So
yeah, and the guys, you definitely can tell as far as the scoring side where they're moving. Like you look at Ashton, what he can do as far as moving without the basketball. The guys move really well without the basketball. Like you said, they're getting to their spots. As far as it looks like they've really been working on that. I know tonight's kind of Achilles heel was the free throws kind of hurt us just a little bit getting our opportunities at the line. What kind of things you guys going to work with?
Well, it's funny. We're just going to be up and down. We the last game we were 80%, I believe. So this game, whatever, 27%. So, it's just about concentration. We got to keep working on that and, make that a focus in practice. But It's tough on the road, but at the same time, that's not an excuse. We can get on their line. We got to knock down. We got to shoot better than 27%. That's for sure.
And the guys really rebounded at a high rate tonight. 23 defensive rebounds, almost 30 overall for the night. They really out-rebounded Pioneer.
Yeah, definitely. I told Ty Orson after the game, you didn't score much, but if I was going to give a game ball, you were going to get it because, he was all over the boards. I asked him, is he trying to get a little revenge from football? And he kind of just smiled. And I think that was part of it. But, he played really well. He battled on the boards, did a lot of good things for it, passed the ball well, took care of it. I thought this, honestly, was one of his better games, even though he didn't score that much.
And he found a different way how to do things. Like you said, there's probably a little bit of revenge from that. You can tell that when they kind of got close to one another, you can kind of tell he was a little bit of a different animal now. But like I said, to win, like you said, he didn't win in the points column, but he did other things really well defensively. And as far as, like you said, the rebounds, he was just cleaning up the glass like nobody's business tonight.
He was, and that was funny because, at one point I remember trying to switch him and Luke, put Luke on the inside guy and Ty on the outside guy. And they're kind of looking at me like, no, we're good. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. And Ty, showed me he could do that. He did a great job in the post. He was fighting around defensively. Like you said, he was boarding, making good decisions with the basketball. I was very proud of him.
So going forward, I know we're without Bo. What kind of things are we expecting him back anytime soon? Or
well, it's a day-by-day thing. Like I said, they compared it to like a sprained ankle.
Okay.
So, it's a matter of just him getting back and, getting ready to go and feeling comfortable with that. And so, there's no really
time frame for that.
Okay. So we're hopefully sooner than later, though.
Okay, very good. So taking on Bethany Christian on Tuesday night, what kind of things you guys can prepare for those guys?
It's basically do what we do. With them, they're a tough team to play because they play really good defense every year. And, sometimes, if they get a lead, they'll pull it out and run, high flex and move the ball. And so you got to look to maybe do some different things with them. One, you got to get off to a good start. You cannot get behind with them. They'll just, pass the ball a zillion times and melt the clock. And if you can't speed them up, you're in trouble. And so we got to get off to a good start, be fundamental early, get good shots and get a lead. And I think once you get a lead on them, you can try to extend that. But if you get behind, you're in trouble. So, we're hoping to do that. We're hoping to, just focus on ourselves, get better each week. I thought Coach Colley before the game told me that. He said, we're getting better each game.
So we'll kind of sign off with that. The Triton wins here, starting off 1-0 in conference play, 3-2 on the season. They'll head to Bethany Christian on Tuesday night. We'll be signing off Andy O'Hara alongside Jason Gross for the Triton Trojan Sports Network.